Good morning and Namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac Weather. My name is Stepº Witecki. I am the sensei to Sirius Joy, here to stand in my heart and walk in the light. Such a pleasure to light walk with you. I've got great news. It's Friday. It's finally Friday. And it's going to be really a great weekend, I think. Friday, January 30th, 2015. And this Namaste Today in Zodiac Weather will cover Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as far as your kind of spiritual forecast, if you will. Today, we have come to a benchmark in our journey. We're at step 10 Aquarius, and that means we're in the 10th step of belonging where it is we ought to belong. That's what we're working on in Aquarius energy. Every human on the planet thinking about processing where they truly belong. And we're high up in the clouds. We're very far removed from reality in the sense of very much in our thoughts. We're in an air sign. Aquarius is an air sign. And if you've been following along on Namaste, the metaphor I've been using is we've climbed a new mountain of rules, and now we're at the top and we're observing the view. And Aquarius is the view. Where do I belong? Do I belong in this room? Do I belong in this company? Do I belong in this marriage? Do I belong, in this country? All these types of things. And up until now in step 10, I would say we've been eliminating the things that really don't belong anymore. And these might have been very, very subtle little split hairs of differences. As of today, it's time to manifest that as our default foundation. And that's what step 10 is. Step 10 is the foundation. It is the pasture in which the grass grows. It is Taurus. It is I manifest. And if you know your spiritual architecture, it's actually a Leo with a Scorpio next to it. And that's what a Taurus is, strangely enough. A Taurus is a compound sign that is basically a Leo with a Taurus, a Leo with a Scorpio next to it. So we're going to get into the architecture of your incarnation and how to manifest. I'm going to tell you what your weekend forecast is and looks like. But before I do, let's first tame our brain with the phrase of the day. I love and trust who I am becoming, and so it is. And say it with enthusiasm. I love and trust who I am becoming, and so it is. Now, this is the most powerful mantra as far as I'm concerned to manifest. As I've been studying my whole life on how to manifest, super interested in magic, totally as a kid want to be one of those people that had the force and can make things fly around. Definitely bought into the Matrix, bought into all these magic movies because I think all of our hearts really want to be magical. And I have made magic happen in my life. Magic that only I've seen is between me and God, so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, right? But I have seen that possibility, and I have learned in all my study, reading, The Secret and all of the books that came out in order to manifestation, it is who we are becoming that is our most powerful law of attraction force. What we become is what brings things to us. And so we have to love and trust today who we are becoming. And we have to know who we are becoming, because we belong with others that are becoming the same thing. And so today and through the weekend, this is for the entire weekend, I love and trust who I am becoming, and so it is. I thought so. Today, the serious step of the day is step 10 Aquarius, and through the weekend we're going to go through a couple steps. I'll talk about that in a minute. But the way this basically builds down is our I love state of awareness is very active today. Our I protect state of awareness is very active today. And when you hit the love key and the protect key at the same time, you create. That's how the universe works. And basically it just creates this energetic field, basically broadcasted by the one. The one is I want this. The zero is stand back and put it into this barrier. So you create space for it. And eventually, plunk, your manifestation comes in. Basically, if you're clean and pure. Now, it took me 41 years to learn to protect. So protect is a big part of today. And we'll talk about that in the Sensei Sunrise. First, though, let's look at our chakras and what lights up when we manifest. So for starters, it's I love. So the heart chakra is active today, and the heart chakra is active in every step in the tens and the teens. So today is the first day where our heart comes online. It's like, oh goody, it should feel good, and you ought to, I don't want to use the word should. I don't want to should all over you. But you ought to have some sort of a happy moment you can bring up to bring you back into your heart, something that makes your inner child happy, just to stay that green light lit. Now, I believe that the eye protect we use at this stage in the manifestation is the chakra that is behind the throat. So I think, in a way, we are always creating with our voice, always creating with our vocals and our commands. And when we want to actually change what we create, we actually change, the back, what the boundaries are of that. And then, of course, orange is I manifest. Whoops, we have a red light down there. I guess that's a boo-boo I'll take. But orange is where it all happens. This is the second chakra. This is where we manifest. The interesting thing about orange is it's halfway between red and yellow. It's a secondary color. And so it is already a hybrid of our feelings and our ego, which we put into action. So our ego action, and what is your ego? Your ego is who I am. That's what the ego says. I am this and I am that. And that's where you start when you want to say the sentence, I am this and I am becoming that, right? So you start with that, right? And we feel it and we think it with the yellow. And these all harmonize to create, in my opinion, how we manifest. And so literally, when someone is basically manifesting and they are creating, their energy is all lit up. Everything from red to blue is lit up. Wow, everything is lit up. The back of the blue and the green for the love. And so I think people glow, when they walk into a room when they're manifesting. And I think that glow, if nothing else psychologically, people are like, who's that? Oh, that's, that Witecki fellow. He's trying to get money for Soul Garden. Let's get the hell out of here. No, I was kidding. So clean out your orange, and it's always good to clean out your purple, your crown, and say, at the end of the day, we're light casting and manifesting for our highest good. So let's take a look at the cosmic clock now and see the timing of things. Boom. So, interesting day. Today on the day of I Manifest, step 10. This is where the Sun and Mercury retrograde have come together. So up until now, our mind and our heart, the Sun is our heart, the Mercury represents our mind. These two bandwidths of consciousness were at different steps. Our heart was on one step, our mind was on another step, right? And we usually live like this, by the way. It's rare when the two come together, frankly. It's rare when the mind and the heart are together, when they can dance on the dance floor and not be arguing with each other, when the smart ass is not trying to take over the queendom or the kingdom, right? So today, the day we manifest, so nice of the universe to bring us into a 10 here and bring the two together. Now, Mercury is retrograde, but I think this is a major intellectual turning point for everyone on Earth, a major turning point of the retrograde. The retrograde continues and Mercury continues down the steps, but at this point, there is some sort of where the mind and the heart are in agreement. And the mind, I think, your thoughts will be complete with thinking through a lot of things, and you'll be ready to intellectually put down some things that have been, on your mind all the time. Now, the moon is actually in Gemini for half the day today, and then moves into Cancer for the rest of the weekend. That makes today somewhat an emotional, anxious day, so you definitely want to ground. This definitely lights up that yellow chakra 100% because the moon is Cancer and it's in Gemini. So when the moon is in Gemini, our third chakra is lit up completely. So it's a yellow day that way. And so literally we're in that yellow, and then it crosses over into Cancer energy, which ultimately pulls us into our pure emotions and out of our mind. So we end up letting go. Our mind ends up letting go. We end up kind of landing in some sort of emotional lazy river that we're going to float down through the Super Bowl. So poetic in an American way, isn't that? And over the weekend, we hit step 11 on Saturn Day. So on Saturn Day, we hit step 11. That means that after loving and trusting, we hit an integrity. We move into integrity. And 11 is where we become. So we manifest, we love and trust what we are becoming, and tomorrow we become it. So we step into it. We wear the wardrobe. We become that which we want to create, right? Now, the moon in Cancer allows us to really feel that, too. So we can really step into a Meryl Streep performance, who is a Cancer, basically. Trying to think of great Cancer actors and actresses. And so you can kind of step into that and play that role. Now, look at that box there in the corner. It is tomorrow, in the day of integrity, right, that these four planets all line up perfectly. And by Sunday, they line up perfectly. Look at this. So Venus has reached Neptune as of tomorrow, both at step 6. So they're perfectly lined up on the step 11 day. This is how the universe always plays with me in the background, but I'm so glad I can share it with people now. And then Mars, the aggressor, is stacked up on step 15. So we have this we have this 11 energy happening in Pisces. To me, this is the stairway to heaven. We were taking the steps. Now this is going to be the elevator up. Literally, it's all 6s. Have you noticed this? Step 6 on the left, and 1 plus 5 is 6 on the right. So harmonic 6, that's a total portal, spiritual portal. And this actually opens in its highest degree during the Super Bowl. So I think God is going to intervene in the Super Bowl, is what I'm saying. That's my prediction. If there's some like crazy moment where, like, you don't know how they caught the football. Oh, I think that's the kind of way this has been opened up. So it's pretty fascinating for me. What it means for you personally is that totally really opening up to the grace of God, which is total forgiveness, and there's no reason to judge yourself whatsoever. You cannot do wrong really in the eyes of the universe. The universe always loves you. God always loves you, period. That's the way it is. You know what I mean? And for all religions, for all people, is what I understand. Ask anyone in any language who died on the operating table if they wish they could go back. They do. So this grace is pouring out in these 6s. And that means that your mind has to say, it's okay. I'm not going to hang myself for anything in the past. And you allow that to populate your purebred Cancer emotions over the weekend with the moon in Cancer, and really let yourself to feel like it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Everything is okay. We can relax and let the next chapter come into our life. So let's look at how this all stacks up in the Sensei Sunrise. These are the Swiss Alps, if you're wondering. I thought I'd take us to the Swiss Alps today. High up. Dying to visit this part of the world. Can't wait till I can. The earth is so beautiful. We're at step 10 Aquarius and climbing our conscious ladder. With the moon in Gemini for half the day today, we are manifesting in step 10. The moon then moves into Cancer later in the day, so make sure your emotions are managed and are on board with what you want to manifest. Today's not the day to have a temper tantrum with yourself about it or not. Just move on, manifest it, and then you can decide and send it back if you want. Step 11 is tomorrow, where we become. That's where we step into and we feel and we become that which what we want to come, that which we want to create. And so you want to play the role in full flare tomorrow with the moon in Cancer. And then on Super Bowl Sunday, you will see new doors opening. Basically, by loving and trusting yourself and going with your feelings, you'll find new doors open as far as your consciousness and what's possible. And now that you've let go and forgiven the past, you'll likely see what can happen in the future. So I think Sunday will be a very bright day. Plus, we have that double stack of the 6 energies in Pisces. So in our 11/11 today, for those who are subscribed to the Sirius Joy Personal Sensei service, and this is the last 2 days, you can subscribe if you want to be a part of this. People subscribe now. I'm going to actually text you to 11/11 your local time. What do you manifest quite naturally? Everyone manifests something very naturally and very easily. And so sometimes it's helpful to know that so you can manifest that and leap on to the next thing. And then at 3:03 p.m. your local time, I'll be texting you the Super Bowl Sunday mood forecast, how you're going to feel on Super Bowl Sunday so you can plan on Friday about whether or not you're going to show up, right? That's all included in the Sirius Joy Personal Sensei service, and we'll see more of that rolling out here in the future. So I have your Zodiac weather coming up and just what you are manifesting and a few more little cute details in the Daily Gong right after this.
You know, there's a secret in your birthday to courage, and courage leads to love. Are you ready to find out the truth? I have the answer. You too can find the truth if you dare. All that and more at secretsofbirthdays.com.
And here we are back at the soulmart.me training post. You've probably seen me in the wacky commercials. The Secrets of Birthdays and Love and Lust Report is available for just $19.95. And with Valentine's Day coming up, this makes a really kooky and fun gift for somebody. It's a great office gift, and it's a great little way to look up to see if someone's right for you. You can just have their date of birth. It's based on the date of birth, and it's very accurate, and I've been told pretty funny. I look at this. I shot that about 3 years ago, and it's very interesting to see me and how I've changed, actually. And if you would like to learn how to read relationships, we do have a seat left in the Reading Relationships Charts class, which will be on Super Bowl Sunday before the Super Bowl, this February 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern. So if you'd like to learn about it, come on down and we will learn. There's details are at soulmart.me. For your children, we have a superhero children's training program to help kids with self-awareness, taught by our own Alexa Sandmore. If you'd like to know more about that, that's available at soulmart.me as well. And on Friday and Saturday, I'll still be accepting subscriptions. This is a 2-month one-time payment subscription to the Sirius Joy Personal Sensei service. This is basically you put in your date of birth and your correct spelling of your name, and I basically send you the right message at the right time. I'm going to be programming a 40-day meditation into the program that begins February 10th for everyone who's involved. So this is a basically something to meditate on every day to clear karma. So I'll be identifying using numerology and astrology and sacred geometry, identifying in your natal chart little points that hang you up, and then giving you some meditations to release that through, so we can ascend and go higher. And this is going to be just going to be fun to see everyone growing together. So, don't be cheap with yourself. Come on down to soulmart.me and give it a try. Now, this is the last weekend for my buy 1 hour, get a free 30-minute reading follow-up. $99 is my normal rate for an hour, but right now it's including a 30-minute. So if you'd like to take advantage of this, this is good through the weekend. And as always, you can get a 15-minute step reading too, if that's a little easier for you. Both are MP3 recorded in high-fidelity sound. All that's available at soulmart.me. Thank you so much for watching that and paying attention. I do appreciate it. And now for today's gong. Look at those Alps. All right, so today's gong is actually something that I think started saying. I know I started saying, I'll just be honest. And that is what I'm calling the law of light casting. What you be is what comes. This is the essence of the law of light casting. And by light casting, I mean we are creating virtual reality potentials of our future. We are creating literal virtual dimensions, alternate dimensions where the reality could happen. These are cracks and splits of consciousness that open up. And by the time we get to the destination that we are envisioning, which is a location in space, not time, then we will find what we were being then has come to our life. So, keeping it simple, what you be today is what will come in a few days. The way you feel, the way you react, the way you be, the way you are playing the game in the moment, in the consciousness. And because we're in Aquarius, and because we're in these certain elements, and we're opposing Jupiter, and Earth is going to conjunct Jupiter next week, which is huge. That means we're going to see the realization of some of our manifestations right away. This is a particularly more powerful time than others in the year to law of attract things that you want, especially if they're in alignment with the age of Aquarius and aligning yourself with where your heart belongs. So what you be is what comes. Have a great weekend in that regard, and be what you want to be today. Show the world you're already ready. You're just waiting for it to come as soon as possible. But before you step into that law of attraction, LOL, law of light casting, let's take a look at the modes of each of your brothers and sisters this weekend and what they're manifesting, just to keep it really clean. Now manifesting. I'm going to say now manifesting. Scorpio, sunny and learning once the moon moves into Cancer. But you are now manifesting through the weekend an emotional foundation for yourself I believe you can truly count on. This is the end of fight or flight feelings for Scorpios. This is the end of fight or flight feelings. That's what I believe. Step 1, the Leos. Cloudy, withdrawn, and private through the weekend. Rather spiritual, to be honest. But you are now manifesting new marriage vows. New vows to yourself that you must now live by. And that's the way you treat yourself as well, including the tone, the approach, everything. It has to be royal, as you know. Step 2, the Cancer, sunny and cool this weekend with the moon in their sign. And that's interesting because the United States is a Cancer, so the moon's in Cancer in the United States Super Bowl. These things happen a lot. But now manifesting self-trust and true confidence. So holding that trust and confidence, being able to trust yourself. Step 3 is the Sagittarius, is sunny and rather private through the weekend, but sunny and manifest a success attitude in their mind. This also might be the manifestation of a clean mind, or a happy mind, or a not depressed mind, or a not medicated mind. All sorts of things fall under this category. Step 4 is the Aquarius, is sunny, hyper aware of their surroundings through the weekend, but you are now manifesting in your birthday period a new character and action plan. So, manifesting, become the new character, become the new action plan this weekend. Step 5, the Gemini, sunny and productive today and through the weekend, and you're now manifesting a new life purpose, or at least the next pursuit. Okay? New life purpose or next pursuit. The Libra, step 6, sunny and professional, but you are manifesting through the weekend a new love or a new creative project. Basically, a new baby. Something out of your heart, a new baby. Step 7 is the Pisces, sunny and childlike, and you are manifesting a new inner fearless faith. Okay, so faith that is fearless, no fear inside there, knowing that you are definitely God's service providers, which you are. Step 8 is the Capricorns, sunny and sentimental with the moon in Cancer through the weekend, but you are now manifesting a new self-confidence in yourself. That does, yes, turn into money. You don't have to ask, yes. Step 9's the Aries. Got lost there for a second in my little Capricorn joke. Sunny, nesting, and resting through the weekend. Definitely want to put up the lazy boy weekend and chill out this weekend, Aries. You are manifesting new belonging and new friendships, really. So a new place of belonging. And the Tauruses, sunny and pensive through the weekend, but you are now manifesting career heights and the next chapters of your life. Indeed, I have to say that is true. And the Virgos, sunny and social for you this weekend, but you are now manifesting new health or healing and a new life or work style or all of the above. Kind of depends on how much you want to throw on your Step 11 plate. You'll be feeling great on Saturn Day, by the way, when Step 11 rules the day. And now let's look into our Light Walker Parade. What do we have following this to help you on your way through the weekend? Well, in the playlist is Pump Up Your Pineal Gland. That's a great web show with Damon Perry and I talking about how to clear your pineal gland and how it's very much clogged by things like fluoride in the water. Also, I've uploaded Giving and Receiving as a hashtag webisode that you can watch and talk about the giving and receiving of things. If you're on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe. It helps us with our relationship. You can be our friend for Namaste TV by going to soulgarden.me. It'll take you straight to the Namaste page. And you can join our email list where I'll email you early in the morning a good morning and Namaste. And next weekend, we're going to be at the LAX Hilton doing the Conscious Life Expo, so please come down and give me a hug if you are in town. And this can also look them up on the internet. This is going to be webcast by another company, and there's going to be interviews of people and interviews with the speakers. So you can actually buy tickets to watch this and watch most of the speakers in live streaming, I noticed. So check it out. Go to their website if you want to see some of this stuff. It's a great way to connect. I'm really proud of them for being so digitally wired. They're doing a great job. Now let's move on to our rock and roll gospel. And I'm picking up a good one today. This is going around our Aquarius kind of singers and influence. And also just Aquariuses are often involved in groups and bands. They're not always a loner. They're definitely ones to get along. And in this case, it's Journey, Don't Stop Believin'. I think it's a great song to keep you manifesting. And, of course, we're talking about Steve Perry, who is a Step 2 Aquarius and with Generation Butterfly, so Pluto and Leo. And, man, if there was ever a song, there was ever a voice as a kid I wanted to have, it was definitely his, not even knowing. And, Step 2 is an emotional Aquarius. I mean, that's the most emotional Aquarius can be, is a Step 2 Aquarius. And when I say emotional, I mean actually allows himself to feel it. Very unique. And look at that picture right there. I think we're seeing that Step 2 in action. Well, you have a fabulous weekend. I love you. Make sure to stay in your heart. What you be is what comes, my friend. I'll see you on Monday with more. Until then, I love you and live, love, be. This is just so ironic. So